Alright, you guys, so I am in Montreal, Quebec to be exact, for our International Pediatric Diabetes Conference, and we have gotten some samples for the glucose sensor. So this is a Freestyle Libre from Abbott, and I got one of the glucose sensor, and it's, well, this glucose sensor, you can only, because it's a sample, they can only be used in Canada. So basically I can use it outside of Canada once it is already installed. If it's not installed, then it can't be used again because it's actually a sample. So we had to download the code from the Congress Center where the sensor was provided, and once you download the app, then you have to scan the QR code from the machine, and then it has to be set to Canada for it to be used. So right, so what I have to do now, I have to install the sensor. Right, so it says next step, I have to scan my sensor. I was told in order to put it on, the best thing to do is to, if you are right-handed, then you install it on your left hand. So she said the best way to know if you're doing it correct is to rest your hand on your head, and then you're gonna go between here and here. So you want it about here, right? Open the sensor now. So this is what it looks like once it comes from the box. So it is taped, so I think to know that it is safe and sealed, and then you have to remove the. Alright, so this is the video showing how to apply the sensor. So you have like two areas on the back of your hand, so if you're right-handed or left-handed, and then so the side, it was washed, but I'm gonna clean it again with one of my antiseptic thing, and then we're going to screw this thing off, which I just did. And after screwing it off, I'm going to apply the bottom section here to my hand. Okay, guys. To be honest, I'm not usually afraid of needles or anything, so I don't know why I'm I don't know why I'm so nervous, you guys. Alright, so it's not that bad, okay? It's just that I'm a little, it's kind of like putting it in yourself. Most people put theirs in at the Congress, but I think the top that I was wearing, I just told her that I will put it in when I get to my hotel. But no, I'm almost certain I would have been better off with her putting it in. Alright, so I was going to use one of the Curel antiseptic thing, but the reason I'm not using it is because I know that's going to burn. Because once you I mean, remember, once you put alcohol on your skin, then I don't even know why I need to wipe it again. I'm just afraid I don't think I put any lotion on my hand either, so it shouldn't be. Shouldn't. Wait. This is aloe vera, so that should be. Alright, so let's try this one more time, you guys. So that's what we're gonna. So this glucose sensor, if you're diabetic, then this gives you real-time reading of your blood sugar levels. So once you've eaten anything, all you have to do, once you scan the sensor in, you're able to see from the app what your blood sugar reading is in real time. You're able to monitor the types of food you eat because you know what sends your blood sugar up. Now, mind you, I'm not diabetic, but I can't just give this to anyone because it's a sample. So it's for me to use and to be able to explain to my patients what it feels like installing it, what it feels like when it's there, and how I'm able to monitor my blood sugar. No. The thing is too, as well, is that this sensor is this one is Freestyle Libre 3 Plus. They have 3. They have 2 Plus, because I have 2 Plus for presentation, but this is a 3 Plus sample. So now they're moving to the 3 Plus. It doesn't mean you can't use the 2 Plus, but they're at 3 Plus now. So whichever one you have to download the app for that particular sensor. And the other thing is that with the sensor, it lasts for 15 days, and then you have to replace it. That's the thing. So basically, after 15 days, you will need to take it out and replace it with a new one. It's not that bad, but the good thing about it is that you will be able to know what you can and cannot eat. You can know still outside of using a sensor, but the thing is that you can see in real time what foods impact your blood sugar more severely, and those foods you will know either is it that you are going to fully avoid those foods, or you are going to know how to minimize the quantity that you consume. So that's the most important thing, and a lot of people are moving to the continuous glucose monitoring sensors now, especially for those who have the insulin pumps for those with type 1 diabetes. So most families are getting these for their children with type 1 diabetes, and as you know, type 1 diabetes is autoimmune. It's not something you get through lifestyle choices. That is something that is autoimmune, and it just comes on. Right, so once the pancreas is not working, most times it happens in children. Doesn't mean it can't happen in adults too, because what is happening now is that they are now testing people's your susceptibility for type 1 diabetes, and there are new and more research in the pipeline where they're showing, we just watched one yesterday where they're showing things like giving like islet transplants and so on. Just so many things, so many new and innovative ways to deal with diabetes management. So now they're able to check your susceptibility to diabetes, and so you can now know if your children are susceptible to getting type 1 diabetes, and that's a plus. So if you are susceptible, if you have I don't want to use the wrong word, if you have the gene, or you basically, if you have a gene that makes you susceptible at a high risk for type 1 diabetes, means that your child could be at a high risk for type 1 diabetes. And you know what is crazy too is just like sickle cell. If both parents have this, you know, whether it be phenotype or whatever, I would have to go back because these are new things. And as you know, I do research, but I'm not in that area where, because I've never done any research, you know, in terms of endocrinology. So this, we're talking about these are endocrinological things. So basically, if both parents, can you imagine if both parents are highly susceptible to type 1 diabetes, it's almost, I don't want to call numbers, but you know, you are highly likely to be able to develop type 1 diabetes. I mean your offspring. All right, so this is just one way of you know, moving towards technology in the future where you're better able to manage your type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes, mind you, because if you have type 2 diabetes too, at least you're able to monitor in real time what your blood sugar is, and you know how to now manage your lifestyle so that you can not reduce your risk, one, because your risk factor will be now far reduced because you know what not to eat, and as you know, lifestyle including exercise, you know, dietary management will help you to reduce the impact, and even perhaps get you to a point where you don't need medication for your blood sugar if you have type 2 diabetes. But for type 1, you'll always, this is something that you can definitely benefit from in the long run. I mean, there's so much happening and people are moving away from a lot of things, but you know, as time progresses and as science progresses, you will hear more and more about these things in real time because technology is becoming more and more advanced, right, you guys? So without further ado, let's so my friend Edna, she's leaving in the morning as well. She was at a different hotel and she decided to come stay with me tonight so we can leave together. Let me just see if she's still sleeping. If she's not sleeping, I will let her do it, because honestly, I didn't know that I would feel so scared about putting this in myself. So come, Edna is gonna put it on. All right. So it's not, Edna, it's hot. It stings.
It doesn't.
I bet it stings. Jeez, I put a little more, Edna. Watch, I'm gonna pinch her now. It's that simple. It didn't even hurt.
That's how it is.
What? Guys, it didn't hurt at all. Alright, you guys, apparently it's very simple. It's just I'm the scaredy cat, because the thing is, as I said, I don't like to prick myself, stick myself, but apparently it's very, very simple. So let me bring it a little closer so that you guys can see it. And come, Edna. This is my friend Edna. She's a pediatric endocrinologist from Tanzania, and she's the one who just installed it for me. And you say it's easy, right?
Hello, it's easy, yeah. And it's not painful.
It's not painful. All right. So she deals with a lot of children who have type 1 diabetes, and so she would have been used to probably sticking these things onto people. I don't stick them onto anybody, and not only that, I don't like sticking myself with anything. So the fact that she's here, I'm very happy for that. Thank you so much, Edna. All right, you guys. So now that it's installed, let me test it out. Got that. So it says the sensor is ready in 60 minutes. All right. Virtually painless. What was I worried about? I don't know. I see this big round I see this big round thing and start to fret. Because to be honest, I don't see a lot of people wearing the sensors. So it's just like when you travel, you know, like to these conferences, you see them a lot more and you hear a lot more about them. But the fact is that they're pretty popular, especially in Canada and the USA and the UK. So yes, so I've never really thought about how it would feel to install it. But I mean, to be honest, like I felt nothing. You just feel like something just slap your hand. It's not like you feel like a needle prick you or anything, which is weird. Alright, so I don't know. I don't know how this part works. So okay guys, so this is the Freestyle Libre 2 Plus. Alright. And these are about, depends on where you buy it, 90, 100. It can, the price varies in terms of US dollars. All right, so this is what it looks like, and it comes with this little thing in there. Okay, so if you buy the full package, this is what you get. But then when you buy the sensor alone, this is what you get. So now I don't think this one is compatible with this, because this is 2 plus and this is 3 plus. Okay, so you would need this for this one, but because this one is a sample, they didn't give anything, right? So you just get the sensor alone, but not this. All right, you guys, so I hope this little demo helps for those persons who are looking to get the continuous glucose monitoring sensor, and you know, just to monitor your blood sugar in real time, or your blood sugar of your child or family relative, anyone that may, you know, be diabetic, or if you've ever had increased blood sugar. So I'm not diabetic or anything, but you see, this now gives me the leverage, right? So that I don't necessarily have to ever worry about becoming diabetic, because now, you know, if I can get the sensor, you know, over time, then I can continue to monitor my blood sugar in real time, so that I don't ever have to eat the wrong things. I don't have to, you know, just eat something and then think about it. I mean, I know these things already anyway, so the fact is that I don't even know why I'm going over those things, but I know those things already. But sometimes, you know, okay, right? So even though you know, right? But outside of that, I know what not to do and what to do. But there are times, even with knowing what to do and what not to do, you do what not to do. But yes, pretty much I always say there's nothing wrong with a little splurging, but you have to know when, how often, and how much you're splurging when you do splurge. Okay, and that's the most important thing. So if you splurge this week, make sure after this week is over, splurging is done, and the rest of the year, you know, or next 6 months again before you splurge again. All right, so take it easy, and I hope that you guys will test the sensor wherever it is that you live in the world. If you've ever had elevated blood sugar, if you have a child who has elevated blood sugar or is diabetic family member, it's something that you can look into. All right, the CGM, continuous glucose monitoring machine. Outside of that, if people are diabetic, sometimes people get that, even the insulin pumps and so on, but we're not going down that road right now. We're just talking about the sensor. Okay, you guys, see you in the next video. Bye.